for Lakeland.
Oh, did they?
Yeah, I thought that was very nice. Appreciate it.
Want a glass of milk.
Yeah. They're good. They're good kids. Really glad Cody's got Helen.
Yeah, I look at.
It's like how he lucked out. I'll have no idea.
I know
but
it's like it's funny. I remember back when Kyle was married and Cody's like, who'd have ever thought Kyle had got married before I did, you know? And he was like, no. And now look at his situation and Kyle's situation, and Kyle, I'm sure, so jealous. He's like, how did he luck out? You know, not only did he get a good woman, but she's bringing these cute kids into the marriage as well. And Kyle's thinking he'd love nothing more than he'd totally be okay with marrying a gal that already had kids and that was willing to have, you know, more kids.
yeah.
So for Helen to come in and do that, Kyle, just looks at them as just a really good example of what he'd look like to look for.
Yeah. And I hope Kyle finds it someday.
He says, I'm gonna be working from my end. Be working from my end.
Madison.
You know, I think we might have talked about
5 or
this a
7
little
minutes
bit
on
the
the
other day.
survey.
Just, you know, you always talk about people coming to greet you and mom and dad and Ronnie and whoever, you know. And I'm just, sometimes, you know, you have your little doubts and I'm like, oh God, I hope that's really the way it is.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I hope there's this joyous reunion and, you know, because, I mean, I don't know what it's gonna be, but it's
So
hard
have
to
you
think.
nervous about?
Yeah, nervous, but, you know, a while back, honestly, I'd kind of come to terms in the beginning because I knew that it was terminal, and I knew I wasn't, you know, I always like to tell myself, like, Brian probably laughs now because we talk about when he started getting in his 60s, he was like, oh, I don't have much time left, you know, I was never meant to live beyond this age, and I was like, are you crazy? You're still a young guy. And I said, I'm not going in my 60s. I'm gonna be, I mean, it's almost like feeling like I was invincible, like I was never gonna die. I'm gonna be like Grandma Gigi, you know. So when I was around 50, I'm like, it's just mid-age for me. I still got so much time left to go. And Brian would always say, not me. But I just always thought it would be a lot longer.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, I kind of came to terms with it. You know, I've got to get out and just live whatever life I've got left and make the best of it. That's why I just was going 100 miles an hour all summer, trying to do everything I could. If there was any sort of opportunity, I took it. And sometimes I was tired and it was a little tough, but I really wanted to do a lot of, you know, just whatever I could. I felt like I did. I mean, I already had a lot of good memories, but it gave me a lot more good memories. And that was really special for what Colette did.
Oh yeah.
What did Colette do?
Well, that's right, that was the one you missed.
She organized a trip up here.
Oh, trip up here.
Yeah,
Okay.
we talked about that before.
Oh.
Colette coordinated somebody to watch Lamar and
Oh yeah, now I remember.
yeah, and then at the last minute, I thought it was just going to be Colette and Rayanne. I even thought it was Ammon. I wasn't sure who was coming, but then it ended up being Ron Lynn too. Colette and Rayanne and Ron Lynn. And that was just a really special,
Yeah.
that was special.
Yeah, because Colette says, well, what about inviting your sisters? So I invited Ron Land first, and she was like, yep, I'm on board. And we thought about it too late, and Robin couldn't make arrangements
To go with you?
to go with us.
Oh, we absolutely had time, but whatever happened,
Something.
Some was
Taryn and I couldn't control ourselves, and on the way to the car, we got into a huge blow up, and we're just like, we're not doing anybody any good.
oh no.
And just went back in the house and said, as bad as this is, we're just gonna miss it.
Aw.
Yeah, that was a really good time. My only regret is we wasn't longer.
Yeah, it was a little longer, but we sure fit in what we could fit in,
Yeah.
and it was fun making homemade ice cream and Norwegian pancakes. And
Yeah.
What
That
kind
was-
of ice cream?
We just did vanilla.
Yeah,
I did the
Rosie
normal,
made
but,
homemade ice cream for us.
you
It
know,
was
with the
like,
junket.
But you know, I was feeling bad, but it seems like that's one of the things you find joy in.
Mm-hmm.
And
I
and
thought-
bringing such light with your crafts. And
Well, that's what I wanted to give that last one. I'm sorry that you weren't able to be to the cookie decorating thing, but that was one of my things. Everybody kept saying, "You're making all the cookies, here, let's give you some money." And I said, "No, this is just something special I want to do for my family." So
Yeah, I
I made
wanted
all
to
the
come-
cookies and the
comes to
frosting.
bad, and it's like, I'm sick. Am I going to make everybody else sick?
oh, sorry,
Yeah.
sorry.
Make things worse for everybody? And part of me was like, oh, I don't care. I'm just going to go anyway.
Yeah.
And the other part was like, don't be so selfish. You know,
Yeah.
you don't want to go and make people sick.
About me.
Yeah.
And you-
So it's
a
like this little,
hard decision to make, and I know a little bit of me came in the beginning where I was worried, like, oh, how many people are going to show up? Am I going to have enough cookies? Is, you know, blah, blah, blah. But it all ended up just working into place, and it was very fun. I mean, Ralph was decorating cookies, and Scott Valentine
Oh
was.
my gosh,
He did really well.
nice.
He decorated cookies, and we just had a really fun night. It was Kimmy when she was it? No, it wasn't last night before last. Kimmy was Saturday night. I get all my days all mixed up. But she says, "You remember the cookie I decorated, the booby cookie?" She did this really cute cookie.
Who did that?
Kim Valentine. Yeah, she says, "I just wanted to do it different and unique." And I said, "Well, it's definitely different and unique." But it was a special memory for her. But it was so nice, and Bob's kids being there, and really uniquely decorating some cookies. It was just so fun to see everybody and their different personalities, and you know how they chose to. I think it was Jordan that started. There were some little Rice Krispie treats in packages that Ronlin had sat out for treats. He pulled it out of the package and started decorating it like it was a cookie, and I was like, I didn't even think about that. And then all of a sudden somebody else is going, "Where's those Rice Krispie treats? I want to try it too," you know. No, it just,
It was Taryn to be there.
Taryn?
The cookie with a ghost and a bee on it.
why, booby. Well, that's kind of what Kimmy did. It was like it said boo, booby or something on it. Can't really remember, but no, that was, and I felt really good. That one worked out. Sheesh, that was the end of October, you know, that we did that. And I thought, God, who would have thunk it, you know, 2 months later, you know, being in the situation I'm in. But anyway, I had come to terms. I knew I wasn't going to outlive this thing and live forever like I hoped. But I still thought I was going to have more time. You know, I think just when this last episode kind of happened and really started getting to the hard conversations with my doctor and stuff like that, that was what was probably a little more upsetting, thinking, oh, I really don't have that. I really don't have the time I wish I had. But I'll tell you, you just have a whole different, you can't help but have a different perspective on life when you know, maybe things, and I've done tons of stuff to waste my time in my life, but to look back and think, oh my gosh, you know, then when you get to the end and you need the more time, and you just realize what's important and what's not, and you know, what you should have done and what you shouldn't have done, and so I just, at the end of the day, I says all I can do is just make sure that everybody knows exactly how I feel about them, and that they hopefully will remember me more for the good than for the bad.
oh,
Because you know, it's nice to say nice things about people that are in my situation, but I haven't been perfect, and
nobody is.
I've
Nobody
done
is.
wrong in my life, but
Nobody is perfect.
at the end of the day, I just hope all of you guys and your kids know how much joy, and I mean, I've had a full That's why I thought I can't complain. I've had a really pretty full, joyous life. I grew up in a happy family. I grew up with parents that loved me and siblings that loved me, and just all the experiences that we've had. I would never trade it for anything, and I've been able to be close with my nieces and nephews where sometimes you don't get that opportunity. You know, and I remember with Cody inviting us to come along for the axe. I mean, oh my gosh.
Kiss my axe.
Yes. I mean, that was so fun, and I was honestly very hesitant. I was thinking like, I'm an old lady, I don't know how to throw a darn axe. I'm gonna kill somebody, you know? And didn't really want to do it. But yet it was just kind of in the moment, and Rayanne wanted to do it, and we were there, and just like, throw caution to the wind, let's go do this. And that ended up being one of the funner, especially doing it with Cody and Helen and Colette and Ammon. I mean, it just was so fun.
I'm not sure I ever still got an axe to stick, but
I don't know if I did either, I'm not sure.
well, looking through the videos I was looking at the other day of you doing it, you got one to stick.
Got it, well,
that I captured
at
on
least
video.
one
On video.
would be awesome. But no, it was fun. So I mean, my advice would be, yeah, take advantage of any opportunity that you have. Really.